name is Chantys.
And I am Clara Capparucci.
We're going to talk about the atomic bomb.
And the aftermath.
The atomic bomb happened on August 6, 1945 and August 9th. The targets were Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima August 6th, and the second was dropped on Nagasaki on August 9th. The people who were the ones that created the atomic bomb was the U.S. government scientist and Dr. Robert and 130,000 employees. Japan bombed us first at Pearl Harbor in 1941, and to end the war between them and us, Clara was the original target of the atomic bomb that landed in Nagasaki because the weather. And
the politics starts with the Quebec Agreement between the U.S. and Great Britain to decide whenever we should ask the bomb on Japan or not. Then there were spent $2 billion for the research and development of the atomic bomb. And the atomic bomb was also known as the Manhattan Project, so they used different code names. In fact, Fat Man was the code name for the atomic bomb over Nagasaki. That was 60,000 feet in size, and the code name for the Hiroshima bomb was called Little Boy. That was more than 1,800 feet and 9,700 pounds. The atomic bomb was made at Los Alamos in New Mexico, laboratory, and the atomic bomb was made out of isotopes uranium 235 and plutonium 239, which is capable of undergoing chain reaction. The maker of the bomb was Leo Szilard.
This is the aftermath of the atomic bomb. The fireball was the center of the explosion. It absorbed the heated air and it formed a fireball with a 50 feet radius and temperatures reaching 300,000 Celsius, 540,032 degrees Fahrenheit. The shock wave and air blast took 50% of the atomic bomb's energy. The radioactive was all throughout the bomb and was left over from the bomb to this day. The atomic bomb produced two kinds of radioactivity called initial and induced radioactivity.
So, the black rain reached the two cities within 30 and 40 minutes of the attack. It was created from the bomb out of nuclear fission, particles of uranium and plutonium that escaped fission. The materials that were irradiated by neutrons from the bomb were carried high into the atmosphere. The enormous mixing amounts of the airborne irradiated materials combined with heat and the small currents from the fireball led to the rainfall of the black rain.
It was a dark, sticky residue that was dangerous and had much radiation in it. The gamma and X-rays that caused the damage exposed living tissues when it touched the ground. It stained everything, and if it was consumed by food and water or by breathing, you will get radiation. Going into the environmental effects of the aftermath of the atomic bomb, which is going back to the black rain, if you consumed it by any way, you'll get radiation poisoning, and it will destroy any living tissue from the tissue the rain touched. The rain impacted the animals and the plants. Since the rain affected the plants and animals, food became hard to find. Everything within the bombing range was demolished. Anything around the bombing range would get radiation. If you follow these injury phases, the first and second week, you'll have mainly burns from rays and flames with some wounds from the blast and falling structures. Within 3 to 8 weeks, you'll get symptoms of radioactivity, rays, damages, You'll lose hair, have anemia, loss of white cells, bleeding, diarrhea, and 10% of these cases were fatal. 3 to 4 months into the phases, you'll start to see small improvements in burns, trauma, and even radiation injuries. But then comes the secondary injuries of the disfiguration, severe scar formations, blood abnormalities, sterilities in both genders, and psychosomatic disorders. Half a century later, leukemia, atomic bomb, cataracts, and cancers of thyroids, breast, lung, and salivary glands. You'll have birth defects, including mental retardation and fear of having birth defects in their children, plus the disfiguration of keloid scars. Here is a graph of the Hiroshima and death rates of it. Right here, instantly, about 80,000 people died, and in the radiation part and other reasons, 112,020 people died from radiation and other reasons, and their survivors was 197 survivors survived the atomic bomb.
And this graph shows the Nagasaki's attack, and we can see that there were more than 70,000 died instantly. There were 1,700 died from radiation and other reasons, and there were 100,000 survivors.
And here we are going to interview one of the survivors from the atomic bomb.
My name is Jeff.
And tell us what the atomic bomb surviving part was like.
It was rough for a few days.
Where's your parents? What
Dead.
happened to your family?
They're dead.
Oh. I'm sorry. And that wraps up our news forecast of the atomic bomb and the aftermath.